slow flow this morning. We switched the schedule around a little bit this week, unless you know that, so that I could go on Monday and Angie could come on Thursday. So I was going to do the slow flow Thursday, but instead I'm doing it today. So hopefully you guys are ready for that. We're going to start in child's pose, if that's comfortable to you, right? If it's not comfortable to you to start in child's pose, you don't have to start in child's pose. You can always just lay on your back. Child's pose, you just come to your knees. You can bring your knees wide apart and let your belly fall down between them as you bring your hips to your heels and take your arms out wide, or arms out wide, out long. If that doesn't feel good, bring your knees together and just let your belly rest on your thighs. Take your arms out long, okay? Like I said, if child's pose absolutely isn't comfortable to you, you can flip over, lay on your back, or you can just sit up in an easy sit like I'm going to do. But just take a few moments, wherever you land, to allow yourself to arrive. Start to bring your focus to your breath here. You don't have to control your breath just yet. We're going to get there in a minute, right? But I want you to start to notice your breath. Feel what it's doing. Let it start to take over your mind. As the breath takes over, it will push all those other distractions out. You can be focused on your mat, your practice. You can be present to your mat, your practice. Just take a few moments here. Like I said, let that breath start to take over. Let yourself get there. Take a look, see who's here. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Mary. Trying to wave. Maybe it's not working. I want you to feel like you've brought that full focus to your breath. Then you can start to control your breath. Start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Now you want your breaths to become longer, slower, deeper. So as you inhale, you feel that breath pulling all the way down into your belly. And as you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. And this way, we can start to move with our breath. When we start moving in a second, we'll move one breath, one movement. So take a couple breaths here. Just kicking that breath in. I always tell you, if it doesn't feel right, the breath I just described to you, controlling your breath in that way, then you don't have to do it. Don't force your breath. In this class or any yoga class you're doing, as long as you're aware of your breath, you know when you're inhaling, you know when you're exhaling, everything else is just going to flow from there. Right? But when we're ready to start moving, now we're going to come up, we're going to come into tabletop. Right, so tabletop is your basic hands and knees pose. You've got your shoulders over your wrists, you've got your hips over your knees, your hands are shoulder width distance apart, your knees are hip width distance apart. We're going to take a couple cat-cows here. At first, so as you inhale, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your tailbone under, let your belly drop, that's cat. Then as you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, round out your back, hollow out your armpits, that's cat. So just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now you can be going faster or slower than me as you do these. You can be going faster or slower than anybody else here. Right? We're just moving one breath, one movement. Find our rhythm. meet back here in neutral tabletop. Now as you come back to neutral tabletop here, just take your right leg and extend it long behind you. So you want your toes on the ground, right? You just extended that right leg long. And then from there, take that right leg and just lift it up to hip level. So your toes are still pointed towards the ground, your knee, your hip, all pointed towards the ground. We're gonna come into full spinal balance here. So you're gonna take your left arm, and reach it forward, right? I'm going off camera here, it's okay. My left palm is open towards the right side of the room. My left thumb is up to the sky, pushing away from the mat with my right hand, right? So that my core is doing the work, not my right shoulder. If you bend into that right shoulder and you're here, right? My right shoulder is doing all the work. So I'm gonna push away, open up, there we go. Now from here, you're gonna take your left hand and just swing it to the left. Take that right foot, kick it to the right. So now you're in awkward pose. You've still got that right shoulder right over the right wrist, right? You want to lean way over where that shoulder comes away from the wrist. We're having to hold it up. Now, from here, bring it back to your basic spinal balance. Reach the left hand forward, take your right foot back. Now from here, you're going to bend into your right knee, bring your right heel towards your right glute, and then swing your left hand back around behind you. See if you can grab a hold of your left foot with your right foot with your left hand. If you can't, right, you're just reaching back there like you could. So you might look like this. That's okay, right? If you're here, that's all right. Wherever you are, look up. Let your chest open towards the front of the room. Now, release that right foot if you grabbed it. Extend long again, come back through spinal balance. And then we're going to drop it all down, back into tabletop. All right, so let's try all that on the other side. Now you're going to take your left leg and extend it long behind you. Remember, first you just got your toes on the ground. You're pushing through that back heel so the leg starts to open up. Then from there, lift that left leg up to hip level. Again, left toe still pointing towards the ground, left hip still pointing towards the ground. Reach your right hand forward, right palm open towards the left side of the room, right thumb up to the sky. Tightening up that belly, right? If I reach under there and punched you, it wouldn't hurt because you'd be nice and tight until you know you're using your core. Lengthen as long as you can. Then we're going to open it back up into awkward. So here you swing that right arm out to the right. You kick your left foot to the left. Keep your left shoulder over your left wrist, your right hip over your right knee. That's your awkward pose. We call it that because it's kind of hard, it's kind of awkward to hold. All right, now bring it back through center, so you're in spinal balance again. But then we're going to take it to that spinal dancer. So you're going to bend into your left knee. Sweep your right arm back. Again, maybe you can grab a hold of your left ankle or your left foot. Maybe you're just reaching back there. Wherever you are, look up, open your chest towards the front of the room. There we go. Now, release that left foot. Reach your right hand forward. You're back in spinal balance. Let's drop it all down into tabletop. Now, if you want to here, that was a lot of work on your wrists. You can take a quick shift back to child's pose and kind of roll those wrists around, work them out. We're going to come up to down dog when you're ready and start to go through our sun salutations. So when you're ready here, come up into tabletop. Now you're going to tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Come into your first down dog of the morning. So now your fingers are spread wide, like starfish. You put your pointer finger towards the front of the mat. Your head's dropping between your shoulder blades. You're pushing your belly back towards your upper thighs. You can add some movement here if you want to. Bend one knee, then the other, right? Pressing that opposite heel towards the ground. We call that walking the dog. Maybe it feels good. If so, keep doing it. If you want to just sway your hips from side to side or stay still, you can do that. You're just taking this time to check in with your body. Notice what's going on. Where you're feeling really good this morning, where you're not feeling really good this morning. Listen to your body. Make sure that you're doing what it needs as we go through the rest of this slow flow practice. All right, now from here, you're going to bend your knees just slightly. Look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward to your hands. So now we're here in a forward fold. Belly touching the upper thighs, head hanging heavy and long. I'm going to turn towards the front of the mat so you guys can see this part. You guys can stay right where you are at the top of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to here to make sure that your belly is touching your thighs. You don't have to be straight-legged here. Okay. Shake your head, yes, shake your head. No, make sure there's no creases in the back of your neck. That's your forward fold. Now, from your forward fold, as you inhale here, we're just going to take a half lift into monkey. Shoulders come even with the hips. The back is nice and flat, the crown of the head now is towards the front of the room. As you exhale here, come back down into forward fold. This time as you inhale, you're going to take a big reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. Stand back a little bit here so you guys can see my whole body. There we go. Now, from here, you're going to grab a hold of your right wrist with your left, grab your left wrist with your right hand, pull to the right, so you're taking that side bend. Open up the left side body. As you inhale, come back to center. Now switch it out. Grab hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull to the left. Inhale, come back to center. This time as we exhale, we're going to take a twist. You're going to take your right hand back behind you, take your left hand, reach it forward, and just twist open towards the right side of the room. As you inhale, you untwist, your hands come back up high. Exhale, go the other way. Take your left hand back, reach your right hand forward, twist towards the left side of the room. Untwist, bring both hands up to the sky. And then as you exhale here, you're just going to drop your arms into cactus arms. That means you bring your elbows even with your shoulders and your palms are pointed forward. Just keep exhaling, go right in to a back bend. Shift your hips forward. Take your chest, your gaze up towards the sky. Then as we inhale, we stand tall again. Hands come back up to the sky. And then this time, as we exhale, we swan dive it back down into forward fold. Belly to thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, take a half lift into monkey. Then exhale, fold back down. Now I'm going to turn sideways again so you can see what's going on here. You guys stay where you are, right? You plant your hands, step or float back into plank. So plank, your body's one straight line. Shoulders are right over the wrists. Your hips are just below your shoulders, one straight line from the shoulders to the heels. Now if you want to here, you can drop your knees for this part. Right, we're going to go through our yogi push-up, our chaturanga. You can do it from your knees or from your toes. But as you exhale, you're going to bend your elbows. Let them scrape right along your body. You don't want them going out to the sides like you're doing a push-up, right? We're just going to let ourselves lower all the way down. Oh, not staying in the frame. Okay, here we go. So now I'm all the way down. Pretend I didn't scoot back, right? You're just wherever you are because nobody can see you at home, right? You've got your hands right by your chest. Elbows pointed straight behind you. Shoulder blades pulling together behind your back. You're going to have your forehead on the mat. I don't right now, so I'm not talking into the floor. But you guys should have your forehead on the mat. And then you're going to inhale. You're going to lift your forehead, lift your chest. Just slightly. So now we're here in baby cobra, right? It's a slight lift to the chest. You should be able to take your hands off the mat in baby cobra if you wanted to, using just your back strength to hold you up right now. Now, if you want to do a deeper back bend, you want to use some upper body strength, then we're going to come all the way to up dog. So you're going to press your palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest up and through. So the only thing on the mat in a true up dog are my palms and the backs of my feet. Now, as you're working towards this, maybe your knees are down, and that's okay, right? Maybe your thighs are down. But you don't want your shoulders by your ears, right? You have to pull that chest up and through. Get the shoulders away from the ears. You don't even have to come to up dog. You can stay in baby cobra every time we flow if that's your jam. All right, now from here, we're going to flip the feet wherever you are. Lift your hips up and back. So now we're back here in down dog. All right, so that's our basic sun salutation for today. We're going to do it twice more through. Now that you guys have seen it, we're going to move a little faster. We're going to move it with our breath. So bend your knees. Look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Come to forward fold. I'm turning forward again. You guys stay where you are. Inhale. Half lift to monkey. Exhale. Fold back down. Inhale. Reverse swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Side bend right. Inhale back to center. Switch it out. Side bend left. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Twist to the right. Right hand back. Left hand forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist the other way. Left hand back, right hand forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop into those cactus arms and take your back bend. Inhale, come all the way up tall. Exhale, swan dive back down, forward fold. Or half lift to monkey. Fold back down, plant your hands, step or float, back to plank from your knees or from your toes. As you exhale, lower through that chaturanga, bend your elbows, hug into your ribs. Inhale to baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, let's do that one more time through. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up to standing. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Side bend right. Come back to center, switch your hands. Side bend left. Come back to center. Sweep your right hand back, bring your left hand forward, twist to the right. Untwist, bring it all back up to center. Exhale, bring your left hand back, right hand forward, twist to the left. Inhale, bring it all back up to center. Exhale, drop into those cactus arms and right into your back bend. Then inhale, bring it all the way up. Exhale, swan dive back down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold. Now you're going to plant your hands, step or float back to plank from your knees or from your toes. As you exhale, you're going to lower through that chaturanga. Bend your elbows, hug them to your ribs. Inhale, baby cobra or all the way to up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, from our down dog, now we're going to bend the knees. Look between the thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands one more time. So now we're here, back in, forward fold, belly to the thighs, crown of the head towards the mat. Notice that this maybe feels a little bit differently than it did the first time you were in it. Now when you're ready here, as you inhale, we're going to lift up this time into chair. So you're going to bend your knees, send your hips back and down. Reach your arms forward if you can, right? Maybe up if you really want to challenge yourself. Maybe the heart center if you want to give yourself a little bit of a break. But look down, make sure you can see your toes, wiggle your toes. Weight's all back in your heels. Your hips are far enough back. Your knees aren't covering your toes. Now from here, you're going to take your right hand, wherever it is, reaching forward or in heart center or up, right? Sweep it back behind you. Take that left hand, reach it forward. Throw that open arm twist, right? Just like in the sun salutation, but here we're still in our chair position. Right, I look weird going sideways, right? But it's okay, right? Now your left knee should be bumping just a little bit in front of your right. You want to over-exaggerate that, right? But at the same time, if you try too hard to put your knees in line, you're going to get your pelvis out of alignment, and that's not good. All right, now from here, bring everything back to center. Now let's go the other way. So take your right hand back, reach your left hand forward. We're opening towards the left side of the room. Again, maybe you're letting that right knee bump just a little bit in front of the right. Keep your chair position, right? Keep sinking those hips low. Now, bring it back to center here. Take one more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to straighten your legs. Drop your hands to the mat. Come back to forward fold. We're going to flow here. So we inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step or float back to plank. Exhale through your chaturanga. In goes cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from our down dog, you're going to take that right leg, lift it up to the sky, and then just bend into your knee. You're going to bring that right foot right between your thumbs. And maybe you can do it in one giant step. Maybe you try to do it and you ended up back here, right? It's all good, right? You can either take your right hand and grab onto your right ankle, move that right foot where you want it to go. Or sometimes, right, if I end up with my right foot way back behind and my knees way in front of my right ankle, I'll walk my hands back to my right foot so my knee comes over my ankle, then just take a bigger step back with the left foot. Right, so either of those things are fine. The important thing is that you end up with your right ankle or your right knee right over your right ankle. All right, now from here, you're going to drop that left heel down to the mat. So your left toes are pointed to the left. And as we inhale, we're going to rise up into warrior one. Right, so you're right here. Now you're squaring your hips toward the front of the room. Got that deep bend in your right knee. You're reaching up high. Now from there, you're going to drop down. Let your hands come down on either side of your right foot. Look forward. Turn your right toes towards the front, your left toes towards the front of the room. It's important that you're looking up here. It's not this, right? Here, you look up. As you're looking up, let your left knee come all the way to the mat and flatten out your left foot. Then we're going to shift back. You're going to walk it back. Walk your right leg all the way straight. Let your right toes flip up off the mat. So we're coming to that half pyramid position. That means we're going to drape our upper body over the right leg, bringing your nose towards your right knee. Square off your hips here. Push that right hip forward. Draw that left hip back. So feel that stretch in your right hamstring. You can put your hands wherever you want. It feels differently if your hands are up by your ankle versus back by your right knee or your left knee, right? Wherever it feels good to you, it's fine. But now we're going to bend back into that right knee. You're going to walk your hands back on either side of your right foot. Tuck your right toes under. Your left toes under. Come up off your left knee. Drop your left heel again. So your left toes are pointed to the left. Lead with your right hand. We're going to come right to reverse warrior. Or so lead with your left hand. Your left hand's going to reach forward. Keep that deep bend in your right knee. Left hand rainbows all the way around. Comes along your left thigh. Right hand goes up and over. Now you can wrap that left hand around your back if that feels better, right? But keep bending into that right knee, reaching further back with those right fingertips. You can look up at your right fingertips or back over your left shoulder. We're creating that space in the right side body. All right, now as we come out of reverse warrior, push your right leg all the way straight. Unwind your hands, bring them to heart center. So now we're here. Now you're gonna bend into your left knee. So that's the one towards the back of the room, right? Bend into that left knee and touch your left elbow to your left knee. Maybe you can get really low here and drop your hands all the way to the mat. If that's you, go for it, right? Maybe you can get really low. I'm not that great at it, but if you want to go all the way low like this, you can. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna take this same pose, but we're gonna bring it towards the front of the room into our right leg. So you're gonna push that left leg straight here. Bend back into your right knee, and again, now your right elbow is gonna touch your right knee, or you're taking it super low here. Up to you. Now, you're gonna push through your right foot. You're gonna take it back to the back of the room again, so back to the left. So push that right leg straight, bend into your left knee. Again, you're here or you're low. Make sure your right toes are pointed towards the front of the room as we come out of this last one, right? You're gonna push that left leg straight. Left toes pointed to the left, right toes pointed to the front, bend back into your right knee. Now, this time as you come forward, drop your right elbow to your right knee. Take your left hand straight up to the sky. So we're here in this side angle position. Deep, deep bend in the right knee. Maybe you start to reach those left fingertips towards the front of the room, but you don't want your arm in front of your face, right? You're not here. You're here. Maybe you can start to drop that right hand towards the ground. But again, you're not here with your chest pointed towards the ground. You've got to be up and open, right? If you can't do any of that, then just keep your elbow on your knee and the left hand straight up to the sky. All right, now from here, you're just going to turn your chest back towards your right thigh, drop your hands on either side of your right foot, turn those left toes forward, step your right foot back to meet your left, and we're going to go through our flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga, inhale to cobra, up dog, exhale, down dog. I'm going to move my back a little bit. You guys don't have to, right? It's just because I keep feeling like I'm going off the frame when I'm at the front. All right. Now we're here in our runner's lunge, or in our down dog. We're going to do all that going the other way, right? So what you're going to do from here, now take your left leg, lift it up to the sky, and then bend into your left knee, step it through, bring it right between your hands. So same thing here. You want that left knee to come over the left ankle, whether you move that foot with an assist from your left hand or if you walk your hands back. Now, once you've got the left knee right over the left ankle, you're going to drop those right heels so that your right toes are pointed towards the right side of the room. You're going to rise up into warrior one. So you want your hips square towards the front of the room. Hands go up nice and high. Deep, deep bend in that left knee. Sometimes I drop my hands down to my hips to feel my hip bones and see where they're pointing, right? They shouldn't be pointed off to the side. They need to be pointed straight forward. So I'll take them and I'll move them forward. That needs an adjustment of the right foot sometimes, and that's okay. All right, now from your warrior one, you're going to drop all the way down. Bring your hands on either side of your left foot. Now you're turning your right toes forward. You're taking your chest, your gaze up. Again, this is important. We take that little look up. Then drop your right knee, flatten your right foot. You're still looking up. Then we shift it back to that half pyramid. So your left leg straightens. Let your left toes flip up off the mat. You're angling your torso towards your left leg, draping your body over that left leg, nose towards the knee. Now you can drop your right heel or your right hip closer to your right heel. The closer you drop it, the more you're going to feel it, but you don't want to sit all the way down, even if that's available to you. You've got to keep a little bit of space so you feel the stretch. All right, now from here we're going to walk it back forward, bend back into your left knee, hands on either side of the left foot. Now tuck those right toes under, come up off the right heel. Drop your right toes, or your right heel again, so that your right toes are pointed towards the right side of the room. We're going to come to reverse warrior here. Lead with your right hand, reach it forward, rainbow it around, let it come along your right leg. Reach those left fingertips up and over. All right, so now we're in that reverse warrior. You can wrap your left hand around your back, or your right hand, right? Or you can keep it along your right leg. You can look over your left shoulder. You can look over your right shoulder. You can look up at your left fingertips. But once you're in position, bend more deeply into that left knee. Reach further back. Like I talked about before, make a little bit more space. Now from here, you're going to push your left leg all the way straight and bring your hands to heart center. We're going to take those Skandasanas again. We're going to start towards the back of the room. That's your right side this time. So So bend into your right knee, right elbow towards the right knee. If all you get is here, that's okay. If you can bring the elbow all the way to the knee, do that. If you want to take it super low, do that. Once we're in our Skandasana, now we take that same pose to the front of the room. So press through your right foot, straighten your right leg, bend into your left knee, touch your left elbow to your left knee. Again, you can make it really low if you want to. Then push your left leg straight, bend into your right knee again. One more time, we take that Skandasana towards the back of the room. Now, make sure your left toes are pointed forward here as we come up into this one. You're gonna come back up, push your right leg straight, bend into your left knee. Drop your left elbow to your left knee. Take your right hand straight up to the sky. So now we're in this side angle here. Maybe you want to reach those right fingertips, bicep right over the ear towards the front of the room. If that doesn't feel good, keep it straight up. Maybe you want to start to slide your left hand down towards the mat. Again, if that doesn't feel good, keep your elbow on your knee. Now from here, we're just going to turn our chest towards the left thigh. Drop your hands on either side of your left leg or your left foot. Turn your right toes forward, step your left foot back to meet your right. Take your flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, we're gonna do all that again. We're gonna go through the parts we've already been through a little bit faster, then we've got some stuff to add on. Right now you're gonna bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands again, come to forward fold. Maybe take a half lift here just to reset your back. Pull your shoulders in with your hips. Exhale, fold back down. And this time as you inhale, peel up into chair. Bend your knees, send your hips back and down. Hands can reach forward or up, or you can bring them to heart center. Let's take those twists. First to the right, draw your right hand all the way back. It stays straight. Left hand reaches all the way forward. You're still in that chair position, knees still bent. Hips going back and down. Now draw your right hand back forward, back to where you were. Then let's twist it the other way. Take that left hand back. Keep reaching your right hand forward. Come back to center here. Take deep inhale. And then as you exhale, straighten your legs. Drop your hands to the mat. Come to forward fold. Take a flow here. Inhale, half lift to monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands. Step or float back to plank. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, so the parts we've already been through, we're going to go through this a little faster here. Like I said, then we've got stuff to add on. So take your right leg up to the sky, bend into your right knee, step it through between your thumbs, come to runner's lunge. Once you get there, drop your left heel, let your left toes point to the left, rise up, warrior one. And then from warrior one, we're going to drop our hands back down, either side of the right foot. Turn your left toes forward, look up, then drop your left knee, flatten your left foot, shift back into that half pyramid. And then from there, come back forward, untuck your left toes, come up off your left knee, drop your left heel. Now we lead with the right hand to cartwheel ourselves up into reverse warrior. From reverse warrior, push your right leg straight, hands to heart center. Let's take those 3 Skandasanas, however you want to take them. Bend into your left knee, come to the back. Push that left leg straight, bend into your right knee, come to the front. Push your right leg straight, bend into your left knee one more time to the back. And this time, as we straighten out that left leg, make sure your right toes are pointed forward. Bend into your right knee, drop your right elbow to your right knee, left hand up or up and over into your version of side ankle. Now, here's where we added on, right? Or here's where we stopped. So now we're going to add on. So you're going to drop your hands down on either side of your right foot like we did before. Turn your left toes forward, but instead of flowing, right, look up. You're going to step forward with your left foot. Your right leg's going to mostly straighten, but a little bit of a bend still. And you're going to touch the back of your left knee to the back, or the front of your left knee to the back of your right knee. So just a little tap here. Now maybe you stay right here. If you can, bring it up. Bring your hands to heart center. Oh, if you got to stay down, you stay down. Now from here, really bend into that left knee. See if you can reach back with your right hand and grab a hold of your left foot or your left ankle, kind of like we did in that spinal balance earlier. If it's not available to you, it's okay, right? If you can, then you're swinging that left knee back and reaching your right hand forward. Come back over here a little bit so you can see me in the whole mirror, right? So we're here in this revolved dancer. Right now, when we come out of revolved dancer, we're going to land in a crescent or warrior one. So you're going to release that left foot, step it way back, bend into your right knee, lift your hands up to the sky. So here in crescent, right, I've got my left heel lifted. If I want to make it a warrior one, I drop my left heel and make sure my hips are square, whatever's better for you, right? Now we're going to take a twist here. You're going to reach your left hand, or your right hand back behind you. Reach your left hand forward. So you're twisting towards the right side of the room. Now, as we untwist, you're going to untwist, your hands are going to go back up. You're going to drop your left heel if it's not already. Push your right leg straight. Your hips now come towards the left side of the mat. Grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and pull all the way back into Sky Archer. Right? It's kind of like a reverse warrior, except our right leg is completely straight. Your right toes are totally towards the front of the room. And you've grabbed a hold of that right wrist with the left hand to give it a little extra pull. Right, now, last thing here, you're going to release your hands, bend back into your right knee. Drop your left hand on the inside of your right foot. Your right hand's going to go up to the sky. So right now I'm going to twist a lunge. You can stay right here if you want to. If you want to add a little extra oomph to this, then you're going to push into that left foot, straighten out your right leg, and lift your left foot up off the mat for revolved half moon. Right? You don't have to be here if you don't want to. You can be here still in your twisted lunge. Now, let that left foot land if you picked it up. Drop your right hand down outside your right foot. Turn your left toes forward. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Take your flow here. Exhale for your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. And then exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, so let's do that all one more time on the left side. All right, so I'm going to flip around here so you guys can see. All right. Now, you're going to take your left leg, lift it up to the sky, bend into your left knee, step it through between your thumbs, come to that runner's lunge. Once you're in that runner's lunge, drop your right heel, inhale, rise up, warrior one. Remember, we're going through the earlier parts a little bit faster here. So from our warrior one, we drop the hands back down, turn the right toes forward, look up, drop your right knee, flatten your right foot, shift it back into your half pyramid, straighten your left leg, let your left toes flip up, drape your body over that left leg. Come back forward, bend back into your left knee. Bring your hands on either side of your left foot. Tuck your right toes under, come up off your right knee. Drop your right heel. We're cartwheeling all the way up to reverse warrior. So lead with your right hand. Bring it all the way into your version of reverse warrior. Now from reverse warrior, we push that left leg straight. Bring your hands to heart center. Last time we're going to take those 3 skandasanas, right? Starting with the back. So that's the right this time. Tap your right elbow to your right knee or go all the way down. Push that right leg straight, bend into your left knee. Left elbow to left knee or go all the way down. Then push that left leg straight. One more time, we bend into the right knee. Make sure your left toes are still pointed forward here as you come up this time. Push that right leg straight, bend into your left knee. You're going to drop your left elbow to your left knee and take your right hand straight up to the sky. Your version of side angle, right? Might be here or here. Just depends on your body. All right, so here's where we add it on. Now we turn our chest towards the left foot, drop your hands down, turn your right toes forward, look up. This is our little balance right here. So you're going to push off with your right toes. You're going to straighten your left leg most of the way and touch the back of your left knee with your right knee. Now you can stay here, or maybe you can start to bring it up. Maybe bring your hands to heart center. And then from there, really bend into that right knee. Reach around with your left hand. See if you can grab your right foot or right ankle with your left hand. Push that right knee back. And reach your right hand forward to revolved dancer. If you didn't make it all the way here, it's okay. Right? We're all going to land it in our crescent or our warrior one. So you bend into that left knee. Release your right foot. Step it way back. Come up. Now I'm here in crescent. My right heel is lifted. If you want to make it a warrior one and drop your right heel, you can do that. We're going to take our twist here. So you reach your left hand back, reach your right hand forward, twist towards the left side of your mat. As we untwist here, hands are going to go up to the sky. Everybody's going to drop their right heel if they haven't already. Push your right leg all the way straight. Grab a hold of your left wrist, your left leg all the way straight. And grab your left wrist with your right hand. Pull back into Sky Archer. Creating that space in the left side body. All right, last thing here. We bend into the left knee. Drop your right hand down on the inside of your left foot. Take your left hand straight up to the sky. You can have your right heel dropped or lifted here. Now you can stay right here, twisted lunge, or you can join me in this last little balance challenge. straightening out your left leg and lifting that right foot up off the mat. Revolved half moon. Then wherever you are, bend back into your left knee, drop your right foot. Let your left hand come down outside your left foot. Turn your right toes forward. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Take your flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. And exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, now from down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Just come into forward fold. One more time. I'm turning forward so you guys can see me. We're going to toe our feet out wide to the edges of the mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out. And then bend your knees. Drop your hips. Come down into your Malasana squat. So Malasana looks like this, right? I didn't grab a block today. But for the most part, I'm good here. It's mostly comfortable to me. If it's not comfortable to you, if you have a block, sit down on it. If it's still not comfortable to you with or without the block, you don't have a block, don't suffer here, right? Drop your hips all the way down to the mat and bring the soles of your feet together. Come to bound ankle. So you decide. You can be in bound ankle like I am right now. You can be in Malasana without the block. You can be in Malasana with the block. Wherever you are, I want you to be relaxed, comfortable. Let your eyes close and just take a few moments here to refocus on your breath. Make sure you still have that focus on your breath. Maybe you lost it while we were flowing. That's okay. This is your chance to regain it. Start to notice and observe your breaths again. See if you still have control of your breath. Again, maybe you lost it while we were flowing. If you did, it's okay. Right? Just lengthen your breaths again, slow them again, deepen them again. Get that control back. So just take a few moments here. Letting your body relax, letting your heart rate come down. Getting back control of that breath. I don't know if anybody's still watching, but hello Heidi. Hello Sue. Hello Brianna. Hello Sarah. Just take 3 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, wherever you are, we're going to come back around to tabletop. We're going to do our core work right here. All right, so make sure that my whole body is in the camera here. So it's going to be important. All right, now, you can do these first things we're going to do either from tabletop or from plank, right? So you can be in tabletop, you can be in full plank. What we're going to do here, right, you're going to pick your right foot up. You're going to bend into your right knee and touch your right knee to your right elbow. So it's like this. If I'm doing it from tabletop, it would just look like this. All right, so you decide. Now, once you're there, right elbow to right knee, what I want you to do is just drop your knee down. Don't put it on the ground, but drop it down toward your right wrist. Pull it back up to your right elbow. See if you can do that 2 more times. From knee to wrist, wrist to knee. Knee, or I can say knee, I mean elbow. Elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow. Then from there, take that right leg, step it back. All right, now we're going to try that on the other side. Remember, you can do this from tabletop. You bring your left knee to your left elbow. So it looks like this if you're in tabletop, right? Go up, down, up, down. Now I'm going to do it from plank, but once you've got your knee to your elbow, elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow, elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow. One more time, elbow to wrist, wrist to elbow. Step that left foot all the way back. Now drop down to your knees if you're not already. Everybody's going to shift into child's pose. Hips over the heels, arms nice and long. Bring your forehead to the mat. Open your knees wide or keep them together. Just take a moment here. Now from here, everybody's going to come into tabletop. All right, so we're gonna do this whole thing from tabletop. Now, you're gonna take your right leg and extend it long, kind of like we did at the very beginning in class. You're gonna lift that right leg up to hip level. So it's like the very beginning of a spinal balance, but that's not where we're going. Right? Once you've got that right leg up to the sky, or up to hip level, I should say, we're gonna do 3 chin push-ups here. So you're gonna bend your elbows. It's just like a chaturanga. They go straight back behind you, not out to the sides. You're kicking that right leg up as high as you can. Now that makes it easier. Bring your chin to the mat. And then push your arms straight. Right leg straight back behind you. See if you can do that 2 more times. Bend your elbows, chin to mat. Come back up. 1 more time. Bend your elbows, chin to mat. Come back up. As you come all the way back up here, bend back into your right knee. Set it back down into tabletop. So just 1 more thing. We're going to do that on the left side. So take your left leg all the way long. Bring it to hip level. And then start to bend into your elbows, drop your chin to the mat as low as you can get it. The more you kick that left leg up, the easier this is to get nice and low. Straighten your arms, come back up. Do that twice more. Chin to mat, left leg to sky. Push back up. Chin to mat, left leg to the sky. Push back up. Now bend into your left knee. Come back down into tabletop. Now this time from tabletop, now we're going to start to stretch out here. We're going to come all the way down to our belly. All right, so those of you who watched my yin class on Wednesday night, we did this little sequence here. We're not going to hold it as long. What we're going to do, right, poses for a couple breaths each, just to open up. So what I want you to do first, take your left hand, reach it all the way forward. I'm going to scoot back a little bit more so you guys can see my whole body here. All right, so I'm reaching my left hand forward. I'm going to bend into my right knee and bringing my right heel towards my right glute. You'll have your forehead on your mat. I'm just looking towards the camera and keeping my head up so I'm not talking into the floor. Now, take your right hand, sweep it back. Grab a hold of your right ankle with your right hand if you can. So you're giving yourself that little quad stretch where you pull the heel towards the glute, the more you'll feel the stretch. Now, if you can't reach all the way back there, it's okay, right? Maybe you're right here. Right, I've got my right hand reaching back towards my right foot. I shouldn't grab it. The more you push that right heel towards the right glute, whether you're grabbing it or not, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Take 2 more breaths here. Now, if you're grabbing that right foot, release your right foot, but keep that right knee bent. Keep your right heel coming towards your right glute. You're going to drop your right hand by your chest. You're going to take your left hand, sweep it out, straight out to the side now. So see my right hand, it's right here by my chest. That left arm's reaching out. My right knee is still bent. Bringing my right heel towards my right glute. Now I'm going to push into my right palm. I'm going to roll over onto my left hip. So I'm going to roll towards the camera, right? And so I'm going to roll straight over my left shoulder. As I do that, I'm bringing that right foot around. I'm going to put that right foot right down on the floor. Let your head come down. So your head's on the ground. You're looking towards the right side. You can keep your right hand by your face, or maybe you want to wrap it around. Right? People with great flexibility can drop back of palm to back of palm. I don't have that, but I can wrap my hand around on a good day. I can touch my left forearm. If you're just here, that's fine. Or maybe you're keeping that right hand forward. But you should be feeling this in your left shoulder. Right, so just 2 more breaths here. And then from there, you're going to pick that right foot up. Let yourself roll back onto your belly, using your right hand to stabilize you. And we're coming back onto our belly. Now from here, you're going to sweep that left hand back behind you. Reach your right hand all the way forward. We're going to do that same thing going the other way. So this time, I'm going to bend into my left knee. Bring my left heel towards my left glute. Lift my left hand up, and again, maybe you can grab a hold and pull it closer. Maybe you're just reaching back and pushing that heel towards the glute on its own. Your right hand's reaching totally forward. Like I said, you guys would have your head on the mat. 2 more breaths. Now, release that left foot, but keep your left knee bent. Keep your left heel going towards your left glute. Bring your left hand right by your chest. Now you're going to take that right hand, you're going to sweep it out to the side. So again, I'm going to push into my left hand here. Now I'm going to roll over onto my right hip. That left foot is going to come up and over. It's going to drop flat on the floor behind my right thigh. My head's resting on the mat towards the left side of the mat. So I'm feeling this in my right shoulder. Now you can keep your left hand right here, and maybe you want to take it and wrap it around. Now, the more that you open your chest up towards the sky, the more you're going to feel this in your right shoulder. Right? So you can roll a little bit further over, you're going to feel it more, or maybe you need to angle your chest, your left shoulder a little bit more down towards the mat. That'll take pressure off. All right, 2 more breaths here. And then bring that left hand around. You're going to drop that left hand back by your chest. Step with the left foot. Roll yourself back over onto your belly. Now take your hands, bring them by both hands by your chest, right? So you can push yourself up into tabletop. All right. So now we're here on tabletop. Before we go down and do our inversions, we're going to do one more little stretch here. We're going to do a thread the needle. Should feel good after all the shoulder work we did during our flow and just now in that shoulder chi stretch. So what I want you to do here, you're going to take your right hand, lift it up to the sky, right? And then as you exhale, you're going to dive those right fingertips underneath your left armpit. Right? You're going to let your left hand come all the way to the ground. Your right hand, your right shoulder come to the ground. You're letting the right side of your head come to the ground, so you're looking to the left. And then you can take that left hand, you can keep it right there by your face. You can reach it forward towards the front of the room. Gives you a little more opening in that left chest, or maybe you take that left hand and again you wrap it behind your back, give you a little more opening in the left shoulder. If you want to step out with that left foot, you can. Looks like this. I can have my left foot totally flat on the floor like mine is now, so my left toes are pointed towards the front of the room, or I can turn my left toes. So now my left toes are pointed towards my right fingertips and my left heel's lifted, right? Or you don't even have to use the left foot at all. You can keep the left knee in and you're just here. You decide, right? Take 3 more breaths. Unwind that left hand, bring it back by your face. Use it to push yourself up. You're going to unthread that right arm and take it up to the sky. Then when you're ready, drop it down, come back into tabletop. I'm going to turn around here so you guys can see me on the other side. We're going to do the same thing with our left arm. Right now, you're going to take your left arm, just reach it straight up to the sky, and then dive those left fingertips underneath your right armpit. Let your left hand come down, left shoulder come down, bring the left side of your head down to the mat. And then decide what you want to do with your right hand. Doesn't have to be the exact same thing you did on the other side. But again, maybe you reach it forward. Maybe you wrap it around behind your back. Maybe you keep it by your face. If you want to add that right foot and step it out here, you can. Either with your right foot flat on the floor and your right toes pointed to the front of the room, or with your right toes pointed toward your left fingertips. All good options. You decide. You just keep that right knee in, keep that right knee in. Take 3 more breaths. Now, unwind that right hand, bring it back by your face. If you stepped out with that right foot, step it back in. Use your right hand, push yourself up, unthread that left hand, and take it up to the sky. All right, now once you get back to tabletop, just let your hips come to one side or the other. We're going to swing our legs around in front of us. Okay? And you're going to come with your feet at the very top of your mat. Right, your knees up to the sky. So I'm turning sideways again. You have your feet at the top of the mat, knees up to the sky. We're going to lay down on our back here. Reach your arms forward. Now tuck your chin to your chest. You're looking at your belly. And let yourself round all the way down to the mat. Once you're all the way down, you're going to take your hands to your sides, palms face down. Start to walk your heels a little bit closer to your glutes, as close as you can get them. Once those heels are in nice and close, you're going to push all 4 corners of both feet into the mat and lift your hips up to the sky. So you're here in bridge. Right? Now, the higher you lift your hips, the more you're going to increase the flexibility of your back. But you've got to engage your quads, engage your glutes. Use that strength in your legs to push those hips higher. That's how it works. Now you can tuck your shoulders, or you should tuck your shoulders at least slightly. Get one shoulder blade and the other underneath there. Maybe you clasp your hands underneath your body. That makes your hips push even higher, but you don't have to, right? Just an option. Your chin's going straight up to the sky. Your knees are right over your ankles. Take 3 more breaths here, wherever you are. then as you exhale, let your hips start to float back down towards the mat. Now this time as we inhale, we're going to come up into waterfall. So my head, hips, shoulders are all on the ground. My hands are still at my sides, palms face down. I'm going to lift my feet straight up to the sky. Flex them like I'm going to step on the ceiling. This is waterfall. It's a great inversion. You get your feet above your head and your heart. Send the blood from your feet where it pools all day back to your head and your heart where you need it more. If you want to stay right here, stay right here. If you want to make this more intense and come to full shoulder stand, that's an option. In shoulder stand, you lift your hips up on your own. Put your hands in the small of your back, so you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms, right? This is shoulder stand. In shoulder stand, I kind of half flex, half point my feet. If you're in shoulder stand, make sure your elbows are pointed towards the front of the room, so you're taking your body weight into your shoulder girdle, not into your elbow joint. Right, so you can be in waterfall, you can be in shoulder stand, up to you. Take 3 more breaths here, wherever you are. And then we're all going to come out of this the same way we came into it, or we're all going to come out of this the same way. Not the same way we came into it, but whatever version of the inversion you're in, you're going to start to bend your knees. Let them scrape right along your face and body. And slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. All right, so now as our feet come back down to the mat. Now we're going to come into one more inversion. We're going to come into happy baby. Right, it's everybody's favorite. You take your feet up to the sky again. Maybe not straight up, right? There may be more of an angle. And then you're going to separate your feet slightly. And again, that's up to you. It could be separating them a lot. It could be separating them a little bit. It could be keeping them together if that's what feels good to you. Right? From there, you're going to bend into your knees. Again, maybe you're bending a lot. Maybe you're bending a little bit. Maybe you're not bending at all. Once you find your spot, you're going to reach up for your same foot with your same hand. You're grabbing the inside or outside sole of the foot. You can be grabbing the ankle or the shin or the knee. Right? But wherever you are, once you've made that connection, you're going to roll forward just slightly so you feel that sacrum, the low part of your back, pressing into the mat. Once that sacrum is pressing into the mat, we're just going to rock from side to side here. Give ourselves a little spinal massage. It should feel good, right? If you really got that sacrum pressing into the mat. But if it doesn't, right, then don't do it. You can stay still. And once you're here in happy baby, you can change your leg position if you want to. Your legs can be wider, straighter, bent more, right? Find what feels really, really delicious to you. Happy baby should be the happy part of your practice. Make it feel really great. We're going to hang out here for about 3 or 4 more breaths. Now, from here, take your knees and just hug them all the way in to your chest. So curl up into that little ball. We're going to take a final twist here. So you're going to let your arms, both arms, go out long like wings in that T position. Now as you exhale here, your knees are going to go over to the right. You're going to take your chin and your gaze over your left shoulder. So you're keeping that left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. If you want to make it deeper, you can take that right hand and press down on your knees, bringing them closer to the earth. Or maybe you can extend your legs toward your right fingertips. Or you can just stay where you are. So the important thing is that you keep that left shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. A couple more breaths right here. And then on your next inhale, pull your knees back up the center. Now we're going to go the other way. So you're going to drop your knees to the left, take your chin and your gaze to the right. Stand here if you want to. Take that left hand and press down on the knees, bring them closer to the earth, or extend your legs toward your left fingertips. But keep your right shoulder anchored. That's what's giving you the twist. We always finish off with a twist. They kind of seal up our practice. Let our bodies remember what they did today, so next time we come practice yoga, we're able to go everywhere. A little bit easier, a little bit deeper. All right, on your next inhale here, you're going to pull your knees back up the center. Give them one final hug into your chest. And let's start to set up here for our final pose, our Shavasana. So your traditional Shavasana, you're flat on your back. Hands are at your sides, palms face down or face up. Legs extend all the way. Right? If this isn't comfortable to you, flat on your back, you don't have to stay here. You can bend your knees. Right? Maybe don't let your knees fall in against each other. That takes pressure off the low back. Right? Maybe you want to butterfly your legs, bring the soles of your feet together. or maybe you need to roll to your side. These are all good options, right? You just want to find the place that's most comfortable to you, somewhere where you are going to be perfectly comfortable for the whole Shavasana, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, and most importantly, where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. Once you're in your happy place, let your breath take over again, but differently this time. You're not controlling your breath anymore. You're letting your breath go completely. You're letting it start to guide you. And you're keeping that full focus on your breath, noticing your breath, still observing it. So that as you keep your complete focus there, you can follow your breath as it's guiding you. And then you can let your breath take you to that place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. That's your true quiet in the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling that increased sensation that comes with a quiet mind. If you want to here, take your arms overhead. Just do a nice big, deep body stretch. And then from there, just let yourself roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there just to reacclimate to our space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right here. But then when you're ready, only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we close here. All right. So we're just going to close with our two Bhamari breaths and then an Om. You can join me in these breaths, or you can just listen, right? I'm here at home, I'm here, I don't know what you're doing. But the Bhamari breath, we inhale. As we exhale, we make that little humming sound in the back of the throat. The Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. So we're going to do two Bhamari breaths, one Om. Again, join me in them, or just listen. But wherever you are, just let yourself close your eyes, and let's all inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we're going to inhale one final time, and Om. Let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. All right, so I will see you guys all next week. Looks like we're still at least another week on virtual classes. Liza will be here tomorrow morning for PIO. She should have the rest of the schedule up later on today, but I'll probably see you sometime at 10:30 during the week. And I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.